Guys, Fox in here. Huge reveal for the anime right here. Ever wonder what happened to Eren's father Grisha? It turns out he didn't just abandon his son, and he wasn't hiding away somewhere this whole time. This guy was a secret titan this whole time. By the way, let me mention, I was joking about the beast titan, but Grisha sure did have that dad bod going on. Quite the titan transformation for him. I was really curious about whether there'd be any design changes for Grisha's titan in Attack on Titan Season 3, but I'm getting super ahead of myself. Ladies first, so let's go ahead and talk about the small blonde lady, Historia. So at the start of this, oh my god, I don't want to say that she's brainwashed, but Historia was buying every single piece of crap from her lovely father. Just seeing this really reminded me of another Game of Thrones connection. Anyone recall Sansa Stark and just how naive she used to be? Similar deal right here. Although just to be a little fair to Historia, she has been super lost recently, which was ever since she was forced to cut her ties with Ymir. The crystal persona is now completely gone. The only thing left over is this confused girl. Funny how while all of this is going on, Eren is tied up half nude in this weird ass crystal dungeon. Eren does notice how strange and familiar this crystal cave area is. The info card from the previous episode even mentioned how this crystal place was created by some sort of titan power. Hint hint. Even in the manga though, this still hasn't been fully explained yet. So the mystery continues. Next up, gotta bring up Eren's, what do I want to call this? Let me go with Eren's vision here. You should notice how Eren suddenly got this vision after the royal family gave him that bag massage. And really, I can't be the only one noticing how weird this is. You got this older gentleman who owns a church. He just went ahead and kidnapped this young boy, stripped him, and put him in this weird dungeon. This episode, he's now feeling his back. Can I call the police yet? Unfortunately for Eren, the Survey Corps will have to do. Levi is that one-man army after all. Anyway, back to Eren's juicy vision. You and Eren basically got a teaser for a whole lot of events. You see Daddy Grisha meeting the Reyes family, and who knows what the hell they were doing in all white clothing in this dungeon. Right here, notice Grisha's interesting choice for her Titan transformation. Doesn't that seem familiar? But hold up a second, I'm gonna get back to FRIEDA and friends. Let me touch on the stuff that Raw doesn't necessarily bring up later. Notice young Eren becoming that big-headed Titan, based on the ongoing mystery in the series, and that question that Armin was wondering about in the previous episode. I think this makes it extremely clear now. So, another major reveal here. Oh, Eren's father Grisha has been missing? Wait, what was that about the way to transfer Titan powers? This episode you now see a young Eren becoming a Titan. Suddenly, he's all covered in blood with Grisha's glasses and arm right next to you. That's right, Eren, you're the father. Wait up, I messed that up. Eren, you ate the father. A little different. But why the hell did this happen? Of course, there's a lot more going on with this. But I'm not going to get into future spoilers here. Perhaps I'm going to do a full video explaining the truth of Grisha. Does anyone want a Grisha video? Post below. But back to Eren. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, Eren Yeager has been ignorant of the details for years and years now. As for Historia's flashback this episode, you finally get the details for the lady from the Season 3 opening. Who was she? FRIEDA's her name, and she's Historia's wonderful half-older sister. Looks like Historia and FRIEDA used to be very close when she was younger. Also right here, notice Historia's book. This is where that good girl Krista persona came from. FRIEDA was the one that encouraged Historia to become this good girl person. As for FRIEDA, you get hints of something odd going on with her. You even see that Titan-like moment when they touch heads. Just what did FRIEDA do to young Historia? You just had a Yu-Gi-Oh moment here. FRIEDA freaking mind-wiped her. The question is, why did FRIEDA erase Historia's memories? By the way, for the anime, I do love the book shown here next to Historia. It's literally a book turned blank in the wind, just like Historia's memories. Next up, now for the juicy topic. Here comes Titan Grisha Yeager. What was Grisha up to 5 years ago? Turns out the Reyes family got a visit from the doctor. Papa Yeager wasn't too pleased. Apparently Grisha went full on Titan mode, then had this full on Titan on Titan battle with FRIEDA's own Titan. Right here, let me bring up Grisha's Titan. Quite the reveal. I was really wondering about whether Grisha's Titan form would get an update for the Season 3 anime. Grisha is still rocking that Titan body right here. He's even got the hair in the midsection. What the hell? How did a skinny dude become that? I guess it all comes down to Titan science. Then equally amazing is FRIEDA's Titan form. For FRIEDA's Titan, I was really curious about any potential changes or updates to her Titan female body here, and that's really something to notice about. Take a look how FRIEDA kept her female Titan form, even though she's not the quote-unquote female Titan. I might want to get more into this with his own separate video, just wonder about that for a bit. Another thing is how I always pictured her Titan form to be a blonde, so something looking more like Historia, just in Titan form. I really thought that perhaps that was a parallel that Isayama was going for, but they did keep it black here. As for the Titan action this episode, seems like Titan FRIEDA was much too inexperienced using her Titan form and couldn't access the full potential of her Titan. That girl got super wrecked by Grisha, so a win for Team Jaeger right here. But oh no, Grisha did not stop there. Frickin' Grisha had her for lunch, and thereby stealing whatever powers FRIEDA and the royal family had for decades and decades. Grisha here was like a bus, he didn't even stop. He went ahead and massacred, crushing the royal family. For this, I'm a little surprised that they left Grisha crushing the kids in this episode. You know, based on the gore that's been cut. By the way, another key thing to notice here is how Grisha's Titan explains that church mystery that Hanji brought up the previous episode. Yeah, it was robbers, sure. Next up, quite the shocker for the Attack on Titan Season 3 anime, and perhaps even the whole anime series. They actually kept in Zachary's high-class piece of art. The glorious SM, or shit machine, did not get cut from Season 3, although perhaps it got a tad censored. At this point, I'm beyond surprised that Zachary's creation was kept in Season 3. Is anyone surprised as me? Hopefully you've been keeping up with my manga versus anime changes videos for Attack on Titan Season 3. So far the violence has been toned down or cut for the Season 3 anime. Speaking about Zachary specifically, the hints that were leading up for this grand reveal weren't even in the previous episode. This was why everyone was sure that this wonderful gift to humanity would be cut out. That being said, let's not avoid talking about how it has been censored or modified a bit. Right here, notice how this is how it looked in the manga. The anime version of it never gave you this white shot, so you're left to wonder about. I guess what you can't see, you could just fill in with your imagination. I would actually place money that you're going to be able to see more of it in the Blu-ray release. But what do you think? Anyone surprised that SM was kept in Season 3? Do you want to see more of it on the Blu-ray? I know a lot of you have been waiting for this. Next up, the lovely EREN'S. So far in Season 3, you now have 3 of them, Levi, Mikasa, and Kenny. I know a lot of you have been waiting for Levi's EREN discussion with Mikasa. And no, it wasn't cut, it just happened in the manga a lot later. So in this episode, Levi finally talks to Mikasa regarding the EREN connection. There's a couple important key takeaways from all of this. First off, Mikasa brings up that her daddy family, the EREN, were persecuted in the past. And the second juicy bit being the EREN moment. Recall all the way back to Season 1. Young Mikasa had that moment of clarity and power before taking out those pedophiles. Or were they just kidnappers? I forget. I actually get this question a lot, whether Levi and Mikasa are truly related. Well, in case you had any doubts, this just confirmed it. Levi in fact has had a similar EREN moment, which is a stupid explosion of power. And so did Kenny, by the way. Both of these two may not be brother and sister, but they are from the same EREN pool. Will this keep anyone from shipping Levi and Mikasa? Oh, and by the way, as a quick side note, the time that Levi had this EREN moment hasn't been 100% confirmed yet, although the popular theory or assumption has been fans pointing to whatever happened to Levi in the No Regrets series. Yeah, that moment. Talking about EREN'S, let's not forget about Kenny EREN this episode. They went ahead and moved the young Kenny flashback here. So, you're getting even more juicy bits here regarding the EREN. Kenny mentions how the EREN used to be the warriors who protected the king. What happened? Grandpa EREN spilled everything right before exiting this cruel world. Revealed this episode is how the EREN weren't hated but feared by the king since they couldn't be controlled. This actually ties into the mid-info card this episode. It actually wasn't the king but the royal family that had some ability to alter human memories with their titan. This is something that Grandpa EREN doubled down on here. Pretty interesting how some of the EREN family still was aware about the royal family passing down their titan powers, but just keeping it to themselves. Overall, this is giving you a bigger view of why the EREN family and Mikasa's Asian clan had issues within the walls. Mikasa is part of both of them, which means she gets double the fun. But anyway, more important are your thoughts on this episode. Question of the day. What do you think about the major reveal here about Eren's father? Did anyone piece together what happened to Grisha before this? If you have read the manga, what do you think about all these scenes animated? How was Titan Grisha versus FRIEDA's Titan? Oh, and let's not forget about Zachary. Was anyone else as shocked as I was that Zachary's arc made it into season 3? I can't be the only one. Anyway, definitely give us a colossal thumbs up and subscribe. If you're new to the channel, I put out 5+ anime videos here every week. My Attack on Titan anime vs manga change video is out for the last episode. There's 5 videos out so far. I'm gonna try to get to the changes videos for this episode a bit quicker. Be sure to set up the bell icon so you don't miss it, and I'll see you guys later.